Hello children, welcome to my English session. Today we are with our first lesson, Noe saves a whale. Here Noe is the name of a little boy and whale means a very large animal that lives in the sea and looks like a very large fish. In Kannada we call Timingila. Let's read the lesson and find out how Noe saves a whale. Noe and his father lived on an island. Their house was very close to the sea. Noe's father was a fisherman. Every day he left early for a long day's work on his fishing boat and came back home only after dark. Noe and his father lived on an island. Island is a piece of land with water on all four sides. And Noe's house was very close to the sea, means his house was very near to the sea. Noe's father was a fisherman. He used to go to the sea with his boat early in the morning and catch a lot of fishes and sell them back home only when it is dark, means at night. One night, a great storm raged around their house. In the morning, Noe went down to the beach to see what had been left behind by the storm. As he walked along the seashore, he spotted something in the distance. What's that? He asked himself. Night, there was a great storm around Noe's house. Storm means very bad weather with a lot of rain and strong winds. In the next morning, Noe went down to the beach to see what had been left behind by the storm. During storm, what happens means whatever the things under the sea will come up and they will be deposited on the shore. Noe wanted to know whether something had come up from the sea. As he walked along the beach or the seashore, he spotted something in a distance. Means he saw something at a distance. What was it? What's that? He asked himself. When he got closer, Noe could not believe his eyes. Oh my, that's a baby whale, he exclaimed. A little whale was lying on the beach. It must have been washed up because of the storm, Noe thought. He wondered what he could do to help the whale. He knew that it wasn't good for a whale to be out of the water as it could not survive on the land for long. As Noe spots something at a distance, he was eager to know what it is. So he goes near that one and he was very much surprised to see a baby whale which had come out of the sea because of the storm. He wanted to help the whale. He knew that if any water animals like fish and whale, if they come out of water and stay on land, they'll not survive for a long time and they will die. This thing Noe had knew. So he wanted to help that whale to save its life. Just then, Noe remembered something. He ran home and got a bucket. He filled the bucket with water from the sea and poured it over the whale. Noe had once read that if a whale is washed ashore, one should pour cold water on it. Now I must be quick, he thought. He ran home again and brought back his pull cord. With much difficulty, he lifted the whale and then put it in the cart. Noe had once read in a book that any water animal that comes ashore should be poured with cold water. So he rushes into his house and brings a bucket. And using that bucket, he pours 3 to 4 buckets of water from the sea on the baby whale. Again he remembers something and rushes into his house and brings his pull cart. Using all his strength with much difficulty, he lifts the baby whale and puts it on the cart. Pull cart ಅಂದರೆ ಎಳೆಯುವ ಗಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. Let's continue reading the lesson. Once he was home, he filled his bathtub with cold water and put the whale in it. I hope I have done enough to save the baby whale, Noe thought hopefully. Noe did everything to make the whale feel at home. He told the whale stories about his life by the sea with his father. He thought that his new friend was an excellent listener. But when it became dark and the night drew in, Noe got worried. Father will be very angry with me for bringing a whale inside the house. Noe drags his pull cart slowly and brings the baby whale into his home. ನೋಯಿ ಪುಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಟ್ನ ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. Once Noe reaches his home, he fills his bathtub with cold water and keeps that baby whale inside it. Because baby whale is a type of fish and it lives in water, and without water it will die. So Noe makes a proper arrangement for the baby whale and keeps it in the bathtub, which is filled with cold water. ನೋಯಿ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ತನ್ನ ಬಾತ್ ಟಬ್ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ಇರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ನೋಯಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್. What type of stories? He tells the stories about himself, about the sea, about his father and himself around the island. Those stories he tells to baby whale. ನಂತರ ನೋಯಿ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ಗೆ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನದೇ ಆದ ಕಥೆಗಳು. ಅವನು ಅವರಪ್ಪ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ವಾಸವಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಏನೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಆ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೀ ಥಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ನರ್. ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ when it became dark and the night grew in, Noe got worried because father will be coming and he may be very angry with Noe for bringing a whale inside the house. ಆದರೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಕತ್ಲಾಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ನೋಯಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಿ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ವರೀಡ್. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ಪ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಿ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ರಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೋಪ. ಫಾದರ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಕೋಪ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಾಟ್ ದ ವೇಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ದ ವೇಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಾಟಬ್. ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಾಟ್ ದ ವೇಲ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್. ಫಾದರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ very angry. So Noe is worried. Let's continue reading the text. When his father returned, Noe did not tell him anything at first. He managed to keep a secret the whole evening. He even managed to sneak in some supper for the whale. But he knew he would not be able to keep a secret for long, and he was right. After supper, Noe's father went upstairs and saw the whale. Then Noe had to tell his father everything. But his father wasn't angry. So Noe said, "Can we please keep the baby whale, father? It's the only friend I have now. I will take great care of it." Noe's father returns home, but Noe did not tell anything about the baby whale and he maintains it as a secret. Both Noe and his father prepares supper for night. During that time also Noe did not tell anything to his father, and they will have supper tonight. They'll eat together. During that time also he will not tell anything, and he will able to sneak in some supper for the whale also. Sneak in means move quietly or do something secretly. You can see in the picture, he's taking few fishes for the whale. He's sneaking the fishes and he's putting in the bathtub. ನೋಯಿ ಅವ್ರ ಫಾದರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆವಾಗಲೂ ನೋಯಿ ವೇಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೂ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನು ಅವರಪ್ಪ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಪ್ಪರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಪ್ಪರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನೈಟ್ ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಲೂ ಏನೂ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೀ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಫಿಶಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ವೇಲ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ದಂಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಿಶಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ವೇಲ್ಗೆ ಫುಡ್ ಥರ ಬಾಟಬ್ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾನೆ. ಆವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನೋಯಿ could not keep a secret for a long time. After supper and after taking few minutes of rest, father comes upstairs and he sees the whale in the bathtub. Noe is worried. Then Noe tells his father everything. He thought that his father may get angry. But his father did not get any angry on Noe. Then Noe says, "Can we please keep the baby whale, father? It's the only friend I have now, and I will take great care of it." He says like that to his father. ನೋಯಿ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಊಟ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಪ್ಸ್ಟೇರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಯಿ ಬಾತಬ್ಬಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅವರು ನೋಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ರಿ. ಅವ್ರು ನೋಯಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ನೋಯಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಪ್ಪ ಈ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ನಾವೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾರೂ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಟ ಆಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ, ನೀವು ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಈ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ನಾವೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಯಿ ಅವ್ರ ಫಾದರ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. I have been so busy, Noy. I never realized that you were so lonely, said Noy's father sadly. I'm so happy and proud of you for helping this little whale. But you see, Noy, it must be missing its family. We must take it back to the sea, to the place where it belongs, he added. Noe and his father put the whale in a motorboat and rowed out into the dark sea. Then they put the whale back into the seawater. Noe knew it was the right thing to do, but it was hard for him to say goodbye. However, he was glad his father was there with him. Noe's father tells Noe that he was so busy that he could not realize that Noe was alone at home, lonely at home. Means he was unhappy because he has no friends or companions to play when his father went to work. ನೋಯಿ ಫಾದರ್ಗೆ ನೋಯಿ ಮನೇಲಿ ಲೋನ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಯಾರು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ದಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅವರು ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. And he also appreciates Noe for saving the life of the baby whale. And also says Noe that the baby whale must be missing its family and friends, and we should not keep that baby whale at home, and it should be taken back to the sea, to the place where it belongs. ನೋಯಿ ಫಾದರು ನೋಯಿ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ನಾವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದು ತನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋನ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಸೂನ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅದ್ರ ಯಾವ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಫಾದರು ನೋಯಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ Noe and his father puts that baby whale into the motorboat and rowed into the dark sea. Then they went to the middle of the sea and there they put the whale back into the sea water. Noe knew it was right thing to do, but it was hard to say goodbye to him because whale was his new friend, no? To say goodbye to the baby whale was very difficult. He felt little unhappy or bad also. But anyhow, the baby whale has to go and meet his family and friends. For that reason, he puts the baby whale into the seawater. And he was happy because his father was there with him as a companion to him. ನೋಯಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಫಾದರು ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ಮೋಟರ್ ಬೋಟಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ರೋ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಮಧ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀರಿಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೋಯಿಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೊಸ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಗುಡ್ ಬೈ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದರೂ ಅವರಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಥರ ಅದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೋಯಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಫಾದರ್ ಅವನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಲೋನ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಸಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಜಾರು ಕೂಡ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೆಸನ್. Noe often thought about the sperm whale and wondered how big it would become one day. He hoped that soon one day he would see his friend again. Noe always thought about the baby whale and wondered how big it would become one day. And he had a very strong feeling that some or the other day he will meet his old friend, that is the baby whale, as they lived very near to the sea. ನೋಯಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ದಟ್ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಬಿ ವೇಲ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಹತ್ತಿರ ವಾಸವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ನೋಯಿ saves a whale. Thank you all children. Hope you have understood the lesson and enjoyed the lesson too. Press the like button if you have liked the story and share it with your friends and family, and subscribe my channel for more interesting lessons. Thank you all.